జాయిన్ అయిందా? సరే జాయిన్ అయిన తర్వాత నువ్వు క్లోజ్ చేయగలవా దీన్ని? అంటే ప్రజెంటేషన్ ఆపేయగలవు కదా? సరే ఒకసారి ఆపి. వైట్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ఎప్పుడు రాదు. దాని మీద ఫింగర్స్ పెడితే మరకలు పడతాయి. అయిపోయింది ఇది. ఆగు ఆగు. చెప్పమా. స్పీకర్ వచ్చిందా? మరి ఆల్రెడీ టైం అయిపోతుంది. అబ్బా సరే అయితే నెక్స్ట్ స్పీకర్ అవర్ తన వీడియో షేర్ చేస్తాను అని చెప్పి.
Hi everybody, this is Melinda from WYN Conferences. Hope you have done with your coffee break. So speaker was unable to join the event. So she has some issues. So let's wait for 2 minutes. If not, I will share the recording session of her.
వస్తాను. ఆ, ఏమైంది?
Hi everybody, this is Melinda. Hi Melin. Yeah, hi everybody. This is Melinda Roy. I'm the host of this today's conference, WYN Womenium Summit 2022, November 3rd and 4th in Dubai, UAE. So I really apologize for the wait. So speaker was unable to join. So we'll move on to the next speaker.
మళ్ళీ మూవ్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ సెషన్.
So speaker, I'm in confusion. So speaker was unable to join, but so I will play the pre-recorded session of the speaker. Yes. So it's amazing. So there are almost 120 members in the session. So please, guys, please put your messages. Please put your questions. Please ask your questions. If you have anything, please post in the chat. Please post in the messaging tab. So we can interact more. And if you like the session of the speaker, you can even go to the polling tab and you can even poll this for your favorite speaker. Okay, thank you so much. So let's play the pre-recorded session of this speaker call it corner.
అదే ఆగు సెట్ చేసి ఇస్తాను.
Okay.
Yeah.
One second, I'll introduce.
Okay. I have an introduction video.
Yes.
Yeah. Just
I can send you also like introduction, everything. So yeah, hi everybody. Sorry for the interruption. So the speaker was unable to the join because he has some network issues. So we will move on to the next speaker. So please join the another session. So our next speaker is Shirley McPherson. So let's introduce Shirley McPherson. She is here in Dubai. So WYN Watch Your Network Womenium Summit 2022. So it's going to be amazing with beautiful ladies all in the WIN conferences. So with a powerful woman, amazing woman with the WIN conference. So I'm so excited to listen Chevrolet McPherson presentation. So before she start the session, so let's play an video of introduction video of Chevrolet.
వినిపించట్లేదా? వస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు
I was on there. This is a dry place, you know, so we had to drive us around.
Okay.
But we came to Greenwich from the hotel.
Okay. Okay. That's what you can be late, right? Okay. Sure. Thank you. The U.S. conducted, the Census Bureau conducted their polls and their surveys, and we have this every so often. So it happened in 2020. So these statistics are the most recent ones. 63% of youth suicides, 71% of high school dropouts, 85% of youth imprisonment. Think about that. Now that we know some of the statistics, let's figure out some ways to crush those statistics. So let's crush them. You know, when we think about fatherless homes, we have fatherless homes all over the world. But for some reason, the US, America, is leading in that. And we know they may be due to some of the fiscal policies that are passed down, but definitely they're due to the lack of accountability of some fathers. So why do we have so many fatherless homes, and how can we overcome the statistics? Let me tell you a little about myself. I am a former single mom of 3 sons who are now all grown and college graduates. So I know the walk of a single parent, but I also know that single parents can overcome the statistics. And in America, again, we have 80% of the households, of the parents, single parent households, are led by women, 80%. So that's where we're at. So how are we gonna deal with that? Well, my company, Purpose to Succeed LLC, what our mission is to help transform the mindset of single moms and their children by inspiring them to pivot from a scarcity mindset to a growth mindset, utilizing resources of books, ebooks, workshops, empowerment sessions to do that. Can it be done? Absolutely. I'm living proof that it can be done. Again, my 3 sons are grown. They are college graduates. Not that you have to go to college, but they are college graduates. And that was their path, right? Your kid's path may be something different, but it can be done. You can overcome it because you are an overcomer. So I never focus so much on the statistics. I know that they were there. I know the things that I heard coming up, regarding fatherless homes and things like that. So I know that those things are there. But do you have to focus on that? No, your focus should be on you, and the focus should be on the children, because I believe that you are more than a conqueror and that you can overcome it. Now, that's that. So what I want to do is talk about a poll that was taken. One of the polls in the U.S. that was taken is actually an institute. It's called the American First Policy Institute. And they did what's called a Ramasum poll that they performed. And in that poll, the Ramasum poll that they took, they found out that 84% of those that took the poll in America, 84% believe that a strong family equals a strong America. Let me repeat that. In America, that is leading in fatherless homes, we found in this poll that they took that 84% of the people that took this poll, which was in January 2022, they took this poll and the findings were that 84% said, we believe that a strong family equals a strong America. Let that sink in. And we're leading in fatherless homes. So that tells me that the ball is being dropped somewhere. If 84% of them, and maybe it's just that poll, but in that poll, that's what they came up with. That was the number. That 84% of the people who took that poll believes that a strong America is built by having strong families. I would say a strong world is built by having strong families. No matter where you are, a strong society is built by having strong families. I believe that God ordained a family. I believe in the two-family household unit because there's so much that can be learned there, right? The mom is different from the dad is different from the mom. We need both of you guys. We need both of you to have that balance. But just in case you find yourself in a single parent household, more importantly, a fatherless household, all is not lost. You can overcome the statistics. I am a witness. You can overcome them. So today, I don't want to focus on the statistics because there are many more statistics, and some of them are grim. If you read those statistics, you'll be like, whoa, why would I even try? But let me tell you why you should try. Because you can. You can overcome every statistic that they have out there as far as fatherless homes. Okay, so the question now is, but how? But how? I believe one of the ways is to help and to create more programs that would build the family, that would empower the family, that would inspire the family, that would encourage the family. Those programs, those empowerment sessions, those workshops, whatever they may be in whatever form, we need more of those. They're so needed today. And I know we have some great ones, but we need more. We need to undergird those programs in any way possible because these are our children. This is our future. The children are the future. Yes, they are. Absolutely. So whatever we need to do that, we can collaborate, whether it's the state, the federal government collaborating with the organizations. And like I say, we have some, but we need so many more. You know, the need is great these days. The need is great because when we look at going back to 2020, to the pandemic, there were households that lost parents. There was households that lost one parent, so that parent became a single parent household, right? And some of them became a fatherless household. And the pandemic, some of them lost both parents, unfortunately. So you had a younger sibling. There were cases where younger siblings stepped forward, right? And took on that load or that challenge. And they were pretty much a single parent, even though they were a sibling. And then we have cases where grandparents, a grandmother would step up. Her spouse may have already, left, or she may not have a spouse, but she stood up and say, for whatever reason, had to take the kids in, and she became a single parent. So when we think about single parenthood, we have to broaden our vision. We have to broaden what we're looking at, because it's not just your typical baby mama drama. I mean, you have that, but that's not all of it. That's not all of it. We have an uptick in crime all over the world. Well, I can speak for the USA. And so not only petty crimes, but, those huge crimes, that unfortunately where someone may lose their life. And at that point, that creates single parenthood or fatherless homes. So when we look at fatherless home, we have to look at it with a wider lens. And I believe when we look at it with a wider lens and a different heart, we understand that, okay, it's not just what we see on TV, right? Or what we depict as a single family home. Again, yes, you have those scenarios where you have individuals not being responsible, right? And we have that. But we also have the other part, right? And so we have to look at it with a wider lens. And when we look at it with a wider lens, then we act on it differently. We speak on it differently. Because it's a huge global world, but it's also a small world. And I know you hear that phrase all the time, it's a small world. It is. Because everything affects everything. We can't no longer say, I'm gonna stay over here in my corner. We can say that, but somewhere down the line, everything affects everything. And so we're gonna combat the youth suicide rate. If we are gonna combat the high school dropout rate, if we are gonna combat the youth imprisonment rate, then we have to look at it differently. We have to come up with new solutions. And I believe that's something we can do. I think we can do that through collaborations, whether it's organizations, institutions, community. We can combat it. We can do something different. We can lean more on the empowerment mindset of it, because a lot of it has to do with the mindset. We have a lot of youth today that feel hopeless, that feel like, what the use? Who cares? Who cares? And I know our CPS in America, we have the CPS system, and that is those who don't have parents to care for them, right? And when they get to a certain age, they are phased out even of that community. And so that's another ball that's being dropped. And so I believe that we can do all things. When we put our mind to it, and we put even our dollars to it and our action to it, that we can have a better tomorrow. We can have a better tomorrow. But another thing I want to talk about is the parent. Because in these situations of fatherless homes, sometimes the parent hand is just full. You know, they're working a job, someone working 2 jobs, someone working 2 jobs, trying to go to school, also trying to take care of the kids in the household. It becomes a lot. It becomes a lot. And doing all of that without any hope. And so that's what we can come in together as organizations, as empowerment groups, mindset strategists come in and empower the single mom. So the first thing is empowering the single mom to let them know that you have purpose. See, when you realize that you have purpose, then you move different. You speak different. You act different. When you realize that I'm here for a reason. I'm just not here raising kids. I'm not just here to pay bills. I'm not just here, to go through the mundane activities. I'm not just here for that. I mean, that's part of it, but I'm not just here for that. It's more. God has more for me. God has more for my kids. He has more for me. If I would have thought that I couldn't, or my kids couldn't, then I wouldn't have sought out certain programs that would, help them grow in their education. I would have sought those things out at a young age, right? Or I would have spoke to them different. Not saying that I was perfect. None of us are perfect. But I would have did things different, and they wouldn't have achieved the things that they've even achieved. So we have to understand that purpose is a big part of us maturing and growing. So the first thing you want to do is seek your purpose. Seek your purpose as a single mom. And once you seek your purpose, you want to activate it. Put it into, just activate it. Sometimes, you may want to just listen to a podcast dealing with your purpose, with your gifts and with your talents and what your purpose is here, right? While you're here on earth. So it could be just listening to a podcast, get information, you're activating it. Then you start to speak it, what you want to do, what you want to say, what you want to see. You start activating it. And then the next thing is you want to execute it. You start stepping out on it, right? You step out on what you said, what you want to see, right? Those goals that you wrote down when you were activating it. Those goals, that list, that to-do list. Now you are executing it. You're actually doing it. You're stepping out in it, right? You're stepping out to get more information, whether it's that, a class or going back to school. You're educating yourself. You're finding knowledge. You're activating it, executing it. Then you go to the stage from activating it, executing it, you start to accelerate it. You may ask, how do I accelerate my purpose? Wow, I'm glad you asked. You begin to educate yourself even more. You begin to network with like-minded people who are seeking the same thing you are seeking. You begin to do that. You begin to do the things that those people are doing. You're accelerating it. You begin to network it, right? Collaborate, networking. You begin to do all of that. And that begins to accelerate your purpose, the vision that you have for yourself, because God still has a purpose for you, single mom. And then you begin to pour into your kids. You see the overflow, it goes from you and then it goes to your kids. So you seek purpose. And most of all, you seek healing. And sometimes your healing is in your purpose. Sometimes you find your healing in your purpose. And so you begin to pour into your kids. And then you guys' future begins to look different. it don't look like those statistics, right? It began to look different. It began to look powerful. Your future, your kids' future began to look bold and beautiful, right? Far from those statistics that you were reading. So those statistics don't have to be you. Those statistics do not have to be that fatherless home. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't. Those are just statistics. So now that you have the knowledge, the purpose, the drive, then those statistics, they don't apply to you. So if someone start calling out statistics for fatherless homes, I'm like, okay, doesn't have to apply to you. Your home is going to be what you say. You are the leader in your home. It's going to be what you say. Not what society says. It's going to be what you say. So that's one of the major areas that we can pour into the single mom, because 80% of fatherless homes are ran. 80% of single parent homes are ran by women, which are fatherless homes. So if we can pour into the women empowerment, encouragement, inspiration, help them seek their purpose through organizations, through programs, then that is a game changer. Let me tell you, for me, it was a game changer. And I didn't know everything, not the least, but I knew I wanted better for my kids. And how can we as a society help and pour back into? Keep undergirding programs, keep coming up with innovative ideas, undergirding organizations that are speaking to the single parent home, the fatherless parent home, those kids, those mothers. That's what we can do. We can do that for a better society because God has purpose for all of us, for all of us. And you are not what you're going through. And we can empower them to know that you're not what you're going through. You're just in a season. You're just in a season. You're not what you're going through. And so I just want to encourage every single mom out there to just see purpose and know that God has plans for you. He has plans for your children. You know, it's very important that you have a vision for your family. Write it down. It is your household. It is your household. So most of all, I believe you should give it back to God. And then once you do that, He will give you strategies. You know, He gave me strategies on how to handle each child, because each child is different. Situations, school, all of that. You know, God gave me strategies on how to do that. You know, and like I said, God will give you strategies. You can get strategies and help through organizations and programs and things, programs that partner with the community, right? And information. So you can reach out, you know, in your local area, wherever you are, and you can actually reach out and get that information and get help. So most of all, we have to understand that we have to reach out. We're not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. God has a plan for you. He has a plan for those children. And as far as the outside, as far as nurturing the children, the single parent homes, what we can do as far as society is, as far as being policy makers. First of all, as I spoke about before, we can enlarge our vision when we think about fatherless homes. We can enlarge our vision because it's just not one cookie cutter situation. We can enlarge our vision, and however that we can give what is inspiration, what is motivation, transformation, whether it's financially, resources, organization, programs, we can help in any kind of way. That's something that we can do to better our society, so that those statistics would no longer hold you as a single parent, as a single mom, those statistics would no longer hold you captive, right? Because you are more than a conqueror. You can overcome those statistics. You can overcome them. Realizing that you have a purpose, that your children have a purpose in this life. And it's just a season that you're going through. Understand that. It's just a season that you're going through, but there's purpose in it. There's purpose in it. Enjoy it. Enjoy that time. Even in the challenges, even in the struggles, what I would say is enjoy it. Because for you know it, they're going to be grown up and out the house. So enjoy it. I'm so excited again to be a part of WYN. Again, my name is Colette Connor, and I can be reached at www.purposetosecede.com. And my email is info@purposetosecede.com. I would love for you to go on my website and opt in so we can keep in touch. And hopefully in the future, we can collaborate and come up with more solutions where it comes to single parent homes and fatherless homes. Just remember that we're all in this together. Be blessed.